I think we're live. Oh my gosh, I never go live. This is so terrifying. Hi everyone, I'm Alisha Henderson from Sweet Bakes and I'm here taking over Spotlight's Instagram account for Bake Week, which you may have seen pop up on your news feeds today. I know people were sending me some screenshots of my face popping up everywhere. So we are in Bake Week for the very first time here in Australia at Spotlight. So I'm super excited to be showing you some fun little DIYs and doing some secret stuff tomorrow and Sunday, which we will tell you about soon. So hang in there till the end so I can tell you all about that. So for today, I want to show you something really fun using some fantastic products that you can find in Spotlight. But first I wanted to ask you if you may have seen some of the projects we've been working on. Did you see the secret love note cookie video that we made maybe on Instagram, Facebook or YouTube? If you did, maybe leave me little love hearts to tell me that you saw it, or if you made it even better, because the love hearts would be really nice and might make me feel a bit nervous about it, a little bit less nervous about doing this. So let us know by leaving some hearts in the comments. Okay, today's demo. I thought I would share a cake that I have not made before, but a theme that I have made before. It's a little bit pink, it's a little bit tropical, it's a flamingo. It's like my favorite animal ever, of course, because it's pink. So I'm gonna do a flamingo cake using some really easy product. So this is for all sorts of skill levels. So let's get started. I'm just gonna be moving around and you can all follow me. Okay, I've just started to melt some Wilton candy melts in the microwave in this beautiful shade of pink here, as well as some white. Now candy melts I think often get associated with cake pops, but they're actually super versatile. You can use these for a whole bunch of things. If you're not comfortable with tempering chocolate, these are a really great substitute for that. So I'll show you how we can use them for our flamingo. You might have an idea of what these are. So to begin, I've just zapped those for a minute. They're nice and creamy, looking good there. I'm just going to drop a teaspoon onto a sheet of baking paper, just like that. And to make her fluffy flamingo wings, I'm going to drag little strokes like that. So you can sort of see this is making a wing shape there. So I'm just going to continue to do that here on the piece of paper, on the parchment. While I do that, I know that the Spotlight team had asked today if you guys had any questions for me. So I'm gonna try to multitask as best as I can. I'm gonna try to build a flamingo cake, I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna answer questions that are on a prompter behind me. It's a bit much, but I'm gonna see how we go. So if you have any updated questions that you wanna ask me to, pop them in the comments and I will do my best to get back to those as well. So continue making these little brush strokes and read through the first question that we've got. So excuse my eyes just going backwards over there. So the first question is from Shani Stanshell, I hope I'm saying that right. It says, how do you roll your dough and fondant evenly for sugar cookies? That is an awesome question actually. So my friends here at Wilton, whose product I'm demonstrating with today because they have such an awesome range at Spotlight, they have these awesome things that you can attach to the ends of your rolling pins. They're like little rubber bands where you can pick your desired thickness. So you put 2 onto the ends of your rolling pin and you roll out and it will guide the evenness of either your cookie dough or your fondant. So that is how I do it evenly. Also lots of practice when you're rolling out big sheets of fondant. I'm getting pretty good at doing that myself by my eye. I'm just gonna add in some of the white candy melts now to the pink to make a paler shade. Super pretty, hey? I'll keep dropping these onto the baking paper. So I was saying before, candy melts are awesome because yeah, you can use them instead of chocolate. So those beautiful chocolate sails that you might see on top of cakes that sort of sit up and they're beautiful cake accessories, you could use this for that, and it means you don't have to temper anything. You can just pop it in the microwave and it will be good to go. And it sets really fast too, which is always good, especially on hot days when chocolate wants to melt. This will set up nice and firm. All right, So I'm just going to show you a few of those. All right. So that's how we can make some wings. Super easy. There's candy melts on my hands, so I'm just going to eat that. You guys didn't see that at all. That's fine. All right, now we're going to move on to making the flamingo head, but I'm going to look and take another question first. So our next question is from Ola Murphy 94. It says, how do you make the perfect icing? I'm going to guess that one might be about buttercream. My favorite icing in terms of buttercream is Swiss meringue buttercream. I think that's what gives you the most beautiful, perfect finish. So if you're looking to make something that's beautiful and silky smooth and you can get a really nice sharp edge, I would recommend making a Swiss meringue. I also think it's the most delicious of the icings too. Okay, so I've got some pink fondant. I actually used the Wilton White and then I tinted it with this pink shade of gel food coloring. Always recommend using gel food colorings. They're super saturated, so you only have to use a little bit and it goes a really, really long way. And I'm pinching this rolling pin from the set that is clearly brand new because it has a barcode on it, but just ignore that part too. So I'm going to roll out some fondant. Now I pre-prepared a cookie for this cake. What I did was I hand drew a flamingo head. If you weren't confident in hand drawing it, you could probably just Google something, a template, or maybe look at a real flamingo online and cut that sort of shape out. So I cut that out, I made my cookie dough, cut that, and then I baked it. So there is our plain cookie ready to go. Now we have the pink fondant. So I'll use that template that I had used on the cookie and cut around the outside here. Now there is food dye all over my hands today because this is my reality. So these are not Instagrammed hands today. So if you see a bit of black food dye, it's because I've been baking. That's what I've been doing today. So I just use this as a template and go all the way around. Such a nice shade of pink, isn't it? Okay, you could do this for anything. I think this sort of technique applies for a whole bunch of things. If you're looking to make some custom cookies that you can't get a particular shape, you can just make your own. You could print out the picture online and then draw around it, cut around it yourself. Might be a little more tedious than with a cookie cutter, but certainly still a good result. I'm just using some water here to brush onto the back. And we're gonna try to get this done in like 10-15 minutes, so that's why I think I'm talking really fast and moving really fast, because it's Friday night. You guys have things to do, so I'm gonna try to make this really quick. We'll glue this on here. Got a brush with corn flour. Cool, so there's the base of the flamingo. With that flamingo head that we had, I've marked out where I want the black and the white pieces to be. So this bit at the front here is going to be the black part of the beak. This one here is going to be the white part. So I'm just going to use scissors to edit my template here. And cut those out. Move my mess to the side. I always use the excuse that I'm like, oh, baking's messy, but I'm just so messy. I'm so messy. We'll move that away. Next, I'm going to take the black fondant, which has already been pre-dyed, so I don't have to do any hard work there. That's Wilton Black. We're going to roll that out as well. I hope you guys are leaving some questions for me in the comments there that we can get to at the end. All right. Black fondant ready to go. Same idea as before. Cutting the beak out. I love the idea of doing this flamingo cake because I think the tropical theme has been on trend for so long now and still is. It's just so much fun. I think I've done like everything from first birthdays to engagements to weddings. I think tropical is always cool, always pretty fun. So this could work for a number of different things. All right, got a rough beak there. snip this bit. And we're gluing that again with a brush of water. Which we will eventually tidy up. I'm going to whip through this. Last roll is the white fondant. And a cake is making its way to set right now that I will tell you a story about. The pre-prepared cake that I had made may have been dropped by the lovely Shelley from Spotlight when we got here, and she's almost just dropped it again. I'm not kidding. But it is here, so she's a little rough. She's a little rough, okay? This is not the flamingo she intended to be, but she's kind of there. So this is what we're working with today. I'll pop her over here. So that's got a cookie head as well. So we're going to put the flamingo wings on soon, but we roll out the white piece of the beak, which is just a small line. With the cookie, it is attached to a skewer. You could bake the skewer into the cookie, or you could do what I've done, is I've used the candy melts that I had left over, and I attached the skewer to the back of the cookie. I just put it in a piping bag, I piped a line along there, and then I attached the skewer. And because it does set so hard, it is well stuck on there. Okay, so you kind of see where I'm going with this. We've got a flamingo, and then this is showbiz, people. So look at this one I prepared earlier. Wow, amazing. That's what your cookie ends up like. So we can put our flamingo wing on. These are kind of dry, but I've also got other ones I prepared earlier too. I'll pull those over. So I've got lots of options. I'll bring the cake into the middle for us. Yes, this has been prepared with a butter knife in the kitchen here at Spotlight Studios to try to pretend it's still a cake. I think we're kind of pulling it off. I'll just grab some buttercream, some of that pink buttercream, which I've loaded into a piping bag. And I'll take another question while I'm here. Oh, this is a good one. And I know this girl, so Jippy's, she is from the Netherlands. I've actually made a cake for her. She asked, have you ever dropped a cake for a client? No, I haven't. This is the first time a cake has ever been dropped. But I don't have myself to blame, do I, over here? But that's the first time, so thank God I've not dropped a cake ever. Touch wood, because I got so many orders this week. Let's not let that happen. All right, so I'll show you what we do. We're gonna start from the back, popping a small bit of buttercream on. This cake has been chilled. We're gonna start from the back of the wing. Just press these little candy melt wings on to the cake. Guys, live. This is crazy, as if we're doing this live. Like, there's no more pressure than doing something live. Let's hope this works. So you could choose to do as many wings as you like. I'm not gonna go too crazy. So start to layer those up just here. I did a really cute eye on this one. I didn't show you for that. I think you can add its own personality however you please. This could work for like a fish cake or something too. You could make these beautiful brush strokes and do like a fish's fin or something would be really lovely. So I'll keep layering. Another question I have is, what's your favorite candy melt color? It's pink, right? It's always gonna be pink. Keep going. So with a chilled buttercream cake, as soon as you apply buttercream to buttercream, it'll set really firm. So keep the cake as chilled as possible. If you were doing this cake for the party the next day, I'd put it back into the fridge until it is ready to serve. I can't really see what I'm doing from this angle, so I hope it's looking okay. I think we're getting there. Might just do one more at the front. Who have we got next? Chantel, Philly, Phil. Have you ever made a crazy cake? I feel like lots of them are pretty crazy. I've made some huge cakes, They're crazy terrifying. That's probably the craziest one I've made, I guess, but I do those quite often, so they make me feel crazy after I've done them because they're pretty full on. Let's do one more feather, and this guy's almost going to be finished. Did I just make a cake in 5 minutes? Did that happen? I swear they normally take me way longer. I swear, this is crazy. This never happens. All right. What do you think of his little flamingo wing? They're cute. If you like it. There's no flamingo emoji, is there? There needs to be a flamingo emoji. If not, let's leave pink love hearts if you like this one. Or if you maybe you're gonna try it. I think that's just such a fun way to use the candy melt. Something a little bit different. Even if it wasn't an animal theme, you could just use these to do these beautiful accessories on a cake for a bit of texture. Super, super fun. All right, so I'm gonna answer a few more questions. I'll pop this to the side. We have a question from Growing with the Gins. It says, favorite thing to bake? That's like picking a favorite child. I'm gonna say, I'll tell you what my favorite thing to eat that's baked. My favorite thing to eat is pavlova. That's my favorite baked good. My favorite thing to personally bake, I think it would still be cake. I really enjoyed the process of baking a cake and going through the stages of baking and layering and ganaching. So I think cake takes the cake on that one. Another question from Fatty82, loving that username. How did you get started baking? That's a good question. So I did not intend for this to be my career at all. It's sort of a bit of a happy accident. I was at uni studying a journalism degree and was just baking cookies as a hobby and posting them onto Instagram. And then all of a sudden I had all this traction and people I'd never met before asking me how they could order. So I was just super ambitious and maybe a bit naive and was like, bye uni, I'm gonna try to bake now. And yeah, here we are. So it's worked out okay, but I'm not gonna give that advice to everyone, like leave uni and bake cakes, just see if it works for you first. What's our next question? We've got we had this person before, Shani, I hope I'm saying it right, is it Shani Stanshall? Let's go with that. How do you get crisp corners on a cake? That is a good question. If you're talking about fondant or if you're talking about buttercream, I actually just filmed with Kirsten Tibbles from Sabre School this week. So there is going to be a very in-depth tutorial coming out at her online school of how you can achieve both of those things. I would need more than 5 minutes to show you that. So I would recommend checking that out to get all that information. Who else have we got? Courtney Kerwood. How do you get black buttercream? If you want to do black fondant, easy, you can already buy it. Black buttercream. Okay, I feel like this is something people don't know. You should get your notebooks out and write this down. It's from Wilton. It's from Wilton! You can already buy it. There you go. That's my answer. People struggle with that. I think they try to dye stuff or whatever. You can get it from Wilton. It already comes in a tub, so check it out. Who else have we got? We've got M. Evans, 80. What is the best thickness for fondant on cakes? Cool. I like to go with around between 1/4 and 1/2 centimeter. That is my preferred thickness, and that's how you can get those really sharp edges. And also when you're serving, you're not getting this huge big chunk of fondant. Depends how much you like it. I mean, if you love eating it, then be my guest and make it thicker than that. Who else have we got? Have you ever made a wedding cake? Yes, I have. That is most of the things I do. I mostly do weddings. I do everything. Actually, the first order I ever took on was a wedding cake. So I do a lot of those. Do we have any other ones that we want to filter through? How are you going there? We're keeping up with the pace of questions. I don't know. Okay, we've got one coming in. Sorry, we're getting it done here. What is your fave fondant? We've got it right here. You can go for a zoom in to Wilton. Did anyone try the love notes? I wanted to see if we had comments back saying, yes, I made them. And if you did, can you hashtag bake with spotlight? That's how we'll be able to see anything that you've baked. Or I'm assuming we're using that hashtag all week, right? So if you are baking something this week, use the hashtag bake with Spotlight. We can check that out and see all your goodies. I think Spotlight are resharing a lot of content too, so it'd be awesome to see all of that. Question coming through is, what's your favorite Wilton product? That is the 1M piping tip. It is the most magic piping tip that you can achieve so many things with. I do lots of really pretty piped cupcakes. You can do gorgeous swirls with it, star piping. It makes a simple cupcake look like you bought it from the fanciest French patisserie everywhere. So 1M, Wilton 1M piping tip is my favorite product. We've got Marcel cakes. Do you use a central dowel in your tiered cakes? Yes and no. So for buttercream, 100% yes. Anything that is more than a single tier, so 2 tier up to 10 tier, always a central dowel for buttercream because it is slippery. For fondant cakes, I actually don't hardly ever use a central dowel. I don't find the need to. The way that I stack my cakes, I use bubble tea straws. I don't know if you guys know what they are. They're like big plastic thick straws that you can just snip. So I use those to support all my cakes, and I'm talking about the humongous ones. Never had to use a central dowel, so just buttercream for that one. I'm watching them type these as we go. We've got, this is what my prompter says. Do you want to hear it? It says, send me some love for the flamingo. That's what we want. Is it melting under the lights? What do you think of the textured buttercream too, hey? Actually, its eye is quite cute. Let's focus on the eye. The eye is really cute. Yeah, that's cute, right? So, are we allowed to tell them what's happening this weekend? Okay, cool. All right, so we have some news about what is happening in the Spotlight stores this weekend. I'm gonna be popping up in, where am I on Saturday? I'm in Bayswater on Saturday from 11 till 1 p.m. You can come and find me there. I will be showing off some really fun new product and some really cool demos. So 11 till 1, Bayswater on Saturday. On Sunday, 11 till 1 at Fountain Gate. So these are both the Spotlight stores. This is Spotlight. This is Spotlight's Instagram. So Saturday, Bayswater, 11 till 1. Sunday, Fountain Gate, 11 till 1. And I do have some really awesome surprises to give away too. So the lovely people at Wilton have given me some of their, actually I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a surprise. I'm going to be demonstrating with it. They've given me a whole bunch of things to give away. At each demo I've got a bit of a supply, so I will just do that as first in best dressed. So come down early and I can give those away. Now what are we looking at? Okay. Oh, have I gotten through everything? Guys, I haven't stuffed up the whole cake on a live, and I think I told you everything I need to tell you. That's so good. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me and watching this. If you're in Melbourne, I would love to see you over the weekend. Yeah, 11 to 1. I'm sure we'll post the details for all of that. There will be lots of sweet things, lots of freebies. So yeah, make sure to hashtag Spotlight for any baking you do with Bake with Spotlight, and have a happy bake week. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and enjoy your weekend. And I'm going to stop being so flamboyant with my hands this whole time. Thank you so much. Bye.